Hello, good morning. Welcome to my live broadcast this morning. My name is Moffo. They call me Moffo Money in the TBC community. It's with a lot of privilege that I do this live broadcast this morning. I'm joining my voice to the millions of voices around the whole world to talk about the TBC community. It's really a great privilege and a distinguished one to be part of the TBC community. Bonjour à toute la communauté mondiale de TBC. C'est un immense plaisir pour moi de vous avoir sur mon live ce matin. Et ça fait un bon bout. Aujourd'hui, il fait soleil, il fait beau temps ici à Douala au Cameroun. C'est un immense plaisir pour moi de vous avoir encore sur mon live ce matin. Ça fait quelques jours que j'ai pas fait le live et on a eu une week-end tellement superbe. We have a very one fantastic weekend. We had a seminar on Sunday and also kudos to all the leaders and all the presenters of the seminar on TBC on Sunday at GCAM. It was awesome. Everybody that came to that seminar was so marvelously touched. I give accolades to President Bay with his team and the way they work it out. It was awesome, and we enjoyed it, and we are happy and very delighted being members of TBC. Now, this morning, yesterday morning, I never had the opportunity to do a live. There was complete blackout in this area of the town. We never had electricity. But this morning, thanks to the gods of the air, it's possible. As I've always been saying it, and I will continue saying it, TBC is my birthright. And why TBC is my birthright, and I know definitely all of you that are in TBC is your birthright. I've been talking about this new tendency of thousands and thousands of people coming into the TBC community. If you look at the blog of which I'm going to take you to the blog, you will see that we have broken the record again for the past week. Means that there is an influx of new TVtions coming in, and these new TVtions are coming in. They do not really understand the functionality and the way TVC works. It is for us who are there before and who continues on daily basis to follow the system, and we are functioning in alignment to help them cement themselves into TVC and let the before cementing themselves, let their cement be worth and let them have that possibility to enjoy the different advantages and the different benefits that are being accorded to them into the TBC community. So it is on us to do everything possible to make these guys to be well seated as far as the TBC community and the functioning is concerned. So this morning I will be talking to each and everyone that will have the opportunity to watch this live or to watch this video live or to see the broadcast. Each and every one of us that will watch this live broadcast should do everything possible to be at on point with all what is taking place in the TBC. I believe the same button meeting yesterday. I never watched it completely. We have that out. I started watching it this morning, but it's not complete. The central point was on training new TBCs, making everything necessary that all new TBCs to be well schooled and understand. Let me share the blog with you, and there is a blog post this morning that I saw that was so awesome, and I wish that we start from that blog post to share all the information in the blog. And each and everyone that comes into TBC should be a student of the blog. And whatever the language of which you're using, you can translate the blog into your language. So there's no question of saying my language is is not up to the task. No, there is no. There's a question of translating. You can translate down here that all can translate your the element. So this is the main point. Before coming to up to this 20 Bitcoin being shared today, of which there is a precise information there. I want us to re-examine the downer aspect of this send button meeting yesterday, which is the focal week, and it's what we have been talking on since last week, training of and making them to be in alignment, cement foundation and permitting all the people that they are enrolling in TBC to understand that the payday of TBC is on the first of each month, and that they should be really ready to pay their back office. This is the record breaking that I was telling you. We break the record for this week. We had the record at 4,845 new sign up. So these numbers that are coming in, we need to permit these people to be rooted into the system and the functioning of TBC. So this is the image of what I wanted us to start our live broadcast today by examining, because this is the focal point. And on this focal point, it's true that people are making a whole lot in TBC through the Bitcoin and the bounties and the Bitcoin contest, and equally during the transfer or the exchange of TBC to whatever currency for new members. But these new members that are going in into TBC, they need to know all what we are doing and be able themselves to do. So I will try for us to read this last paragraph. Is really paramount to for us to reiterate, and we have set time with our number that when information is reiterated, it permits it to stick more better. I mean, we thank you very much. I was the broadcasters meeting yesterday, despite the fact that I had not the possibility to show my face, but I got all what was being discussed there and the questions you responded to, all those that asked questions. They were awesome. We learned a lot from that. Now, I will try to reiterate or to reread this paragraph concerning the newcomers of TBC and the behavior of which we need to adopt as from this particular point to give these newcomers the alignment possible and to permit them to be at the same pace, pardon, to earn like many others are earning already in the TBC community. So that is what I want us to really hammer on this morning. So let's try to read this paragraph and we explain, and from there we batch out. TBC leaders may be starting to feel overwhelmed with all of the new members that have come in recently. Active new members already outnumber active old members by about 10 to 1 right now. About 10 to 1 means that what? If one TBC old member was there, 10 new TBC members have been recruited. Means that these 10 new TBC members outweigh the 10 one TBC members of last year. All members are those that have been active ever since before we started the admin credit promo back in August. We need all active members to take some personal responsibility for their personal referrals. Means that what? Take personal responsibility for your personal referrals. It does not mean that if I'm doing a live like this and you pop in from anywhere in the world that you are not my personal referral, I will not take care of you. I will still take care of you. So taking care of my personal referrals and others that come from other areas of the world is the duty of each TBC leader, and that is why we are called leaders. A leader is somebody that is always at the forefront to take the people that are crew behind him on a direction, and the direction of which you know is to making a world that is better for you and me and eradicating poverty and misery with love and respect. So that is what we the leaders to stick on. We need all active members to take some personal responsibility for their personal referrals, especially the newest referrals. If you are hearing this video or you're watching this video or you watch this video and you're a new referral, go down to the links of this video, get contact with me. If you have any question or have any trouble, I'm ready to help. This is not a sign of people and leave them to themselves to figure what we are doing in the TBC community. Get 2 admin credits a week for a regular active member is balanced if each of you take the time as part of the job to teach these 2 members each week how to get off to a fast start. After you registered a new member in the Kringle Cash website, lead them over to the TBC 009 wallet website and have them registered there too. That way, they will get the gift of 250 Kringle coins right away. Then teach them how to use the earning credit to sign up their first two people on their first day so that they will get the 24-hour rapid reward over $1 million in TVC. Then tell them to duplicate that so that they can collect the 48-hour rapid reward worth over $10 million. They are on a time after all. Next, show them how to collect and input the keyword for a send button meeting. Once they have signed up two new members and have inputted the keyword, then how to complete your profile. Make sure it is complete and that they have selected full-timer so that they can get paid Bitcoin bounties. And so they can participate in the Bitcoin contest. Show them how to use the Bitcoin bounty area of KCB, meaning that showing them how to do the Bitcoin bounty area of KCB is showing them how to insert their Bitcoin wallet address and how to use the Bitcoin, the bounty when it comes to them. Either they can use the bounty to get credit, use the bounty to pay their monthly admin fee, or use the bounty, they collect the bounty and use it. So that is marvelous. Get a firm commitment that they will pay the admin fee on the first of each month and they will pass that advice along to their referrals. This commitment is the most, that is the cementing, this is the cementing of which we are saying. Let you people have a commitment. That is what they are going to be doing. Then they will be all set to enjoy payday on the first of each month. All of this should be done with a day or two of signing up of new members. Then plug your referrals into your favorite TVC training. Plug them to your favorite TVC trainer. We are enough. We are more than 1,000 broadcasters, and you can decide to be a broadcaster. Plug your referrals into your favorite TBC trainers and their YouTube channels. If you follow this pattern as a process, you will fortify your passive residual income in TBC. Personal responsibility is the key. This is what admin is saying here. Personal responsibility is the key. We need not just to bring these guys in, we need to plug them into the trainers after taking them through all the process that admin has spelled out here, and which is the most important thing for us to do for every new member. They are coming in numbers, but we need also to plug them and let them be in alignment. Now, that being said, I want us to also re-examine blog post that Amin gave this morning that was so awesome before coming out to make the summary of this live broadcast this morning, and be ready to answer the questions of those who are present. And I have one or two questions that wish to be answered as far as one or two things is concerned. We in TBC we need to make it great, and we need to move it fast, and we need to make everyone to be in alignment. 20 bitcoins have been paid out so far in Bitcoin bounties. Admin has paid 20 Bitcoin. Guys, you know, the worth of a Bitcoin this morning. Let's go to my blockchain account. You'll really see Bitcoin this morning worth 8,000. So the worth of a Bitcoin, $8,000 times the amount of 20 Bitcoin that admin has paid. You can imagine the amount of Bitcoin admin has paid. And you see that it's not an easy task. And with TBC, we do not joke as far as paying the bounties is concerned. It's a serious matter and it's always done on time. As of today, I have paid out over 20 bitcoins in the Bitcoin bounty since the time we started it a few months ago. As you can see by the image above, I have fulfilled 4,323 Bitcoin bounty requests, ranging from requests of just one Bitcoin bounty to 106 Bitcoin bounties in a single entry. There should be no doubt within the TBC community about getting paid. There is no problem about getting paid. Nobody should doubt. I have withdrawn my bounty a couple of times. I think I even have videos of which I made concerning my withdrawal of my bounty. So there's no issue as far as bounty payment or Bitcoin payment is carried out in TBC. Most requests are fulfilled within hours of the request. I prepared my day in paying all of you, means that word, and mean do everything necessary, putting a great effort in paying each and every TBC and every day that has mounted the request to be paid. What the TBC committee need more of is broadcasters sharing their personal recruiting experience. Broadcasters sharing their personal recruiting experience and the financial reward they are collecting. It will inspire fast growth. This can be the caption of the life of this life of today. So, how are we broadcasters? Broadcaster is any person in the TBC community that has been taught on how to make a video on TBC and to talk about the realities of TBC and to talk about most of the things we are doing in TBC. So if you are not yet a broadcaster and you wish to be one and you don't know how to go about it, you contact a leader or go below this video, you get my contact, you come to me, I will do everything possible to see that you can do a live broadcast. So we should do everything possible to show our experience of recruiting. I made a video last, I think it was on Friday, in which in that video I was showing others how I'm using Facebook. Yes, it's sure that video was I explained that video or that demonstration was being done in French. I explained how I was using Facebook in order to get in contact with different friends in Facebook to come to TBC. And guys, it has been so promising. I have a lot of people that I will take them through today, and I probably am going to sign up most of them. I made a job application in my page on my page, and that job application is receiving a good number of tender ins. And those people that are tendering in, I will see how I will do everything necessary this week to bring them on board. And I love the TV's information of Great Leader Made that we did yesterday that said plug them in first, and that is what I will be doing. Okay, I look at the chat. I see that able leaders have come to support this live broadcast this morning. We have Watara Nabaha, of which I say thank you, sir. We are together. We have Terashua Tindi, which is one of the great TBC leaders in the community that has been awakened. This is one of the come out that we have gotten these days that they were not there at the start. Thank you very much, sir. You're highly welcome. Special greetings to the global community of TBC. Thank you very much, sir. We have one of the able leader here in Douala, Cameroon that is most of the time on Ogris Hector, which is one of the able leaders in the TBC community that are working a lot in the background. I give you kudos and I appreciate your work being done. Life and prosperity will be in TBC community. Guys, prosperity and everything abundant is in the TBC community. I heard what Admin was saying yesterday that his view of an abundance based currency is quite different from any other thing we can think of. So, what is an abundance based economy? If most people have not understood what is an abundance based economy, it is only in TBC that you will discover that. And if you are active in TBC, you really enroot yourself to what we call an abundance based economy. And this abundance based economy concept is particular to TBC, and it is pragmatic, and it is making people to leave their shums and leave their different environment and their different poor background and their different stories. I have my stories, and the more I'm putting them up gradually, you will get where I'm coming from. And TBC has shaped me completely in making me to have a straightforward path in front of me and taking me to places. I can see the great able leader Terashua is on the video link. I will allow him to pop in and say one or two things. He's one of the flag bearers of these new broadcasters that are running helter skelter with TBC everywhere, and you can see him everywhere, active in here, there, in everything. And this is the energy and the strength of which admin of TBC want us to put on as leaders to permit each and every new one that is coming to the community to be in alignment. So, Teresa, up to you. Good morning. And what are your intros, or what is your take to this topic that I'm trying to examine this?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Moffo. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
More for money. TBC has
Yeah.
never defined ourselves.
Honestly. Okay, it's quite interesting because TBC always have a positive influence on us. So that
Yeah.
is something that it's worth doing,
Hmm.
because it's all about the positivity. So
Yeah.
actually, your topic is very, very interesting because it centers more on what we really want in the TBC community, which is education, and it's
Yeah.
stressing more on throwing more light to what each and every TBCian should do. Especially at this very moment that each and everyone that is active in the community is being given the privilege to also recruit. So you see, that
Hmm.
goes a very long way because and this time we are not only looking on those who are aiming at or who are competing in the Bitcoin bounty, but the admin is also concentrating on each and every division within the community that is active to be able to also help out in making recruitment possible for us. And
Hmm.
if we are doing that, it's also of high importance that we ensure that whatsoever we possess as abilities or education that has to do with this community, we need to impact the same thing into those people in which we are bringing into the community to enhance
Wow.
better growth and better cementing in the
Yeah.
growth of our very particular TBC mission. And
Hmm.
it's very, very good that each time we're trying to also educate them, we should not just limit educating them. We should also enable to direct them to the blog because each and every person that finds it as a hobby or an attitude to want to learn more about the TBC
Hello, I think we lost the Rashwa there. Uh, Due to maybe is breaking internet connection. Notwithstanding, he was trying to really expatiate that we should not only educate those who we are bringing into the TBC community, we should also let them by hand to have the opportunity to participate and read from the blog, because the blog of TBC is the melting pot of all information. Once you get anything from anywhere on social media or from a friend or from a television that is
What's your
not being
problem?
targeted and labeled on blog, that information may be doubtful. What is real to us before the mic went off is that we should not only talk and educate without not giving these new people the chance and the possibility to read and study it on daily basis. Okay, Terashua, I don't know whether you're back. Your mic went off. I think I
Honestly, the
was
network here is very, very bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you
The
can keep
network here
on.
is very, very bad. So
Okay.
actually, we need to try and understand that we need people. Now, if you know that you are the type that follows up with the blog and try to follow up with the policy of the TBC community, it therefore means that you have to bring in people who are of your same quality. Now, what do I
Yeah.
mean by that? You are the one to determine whether who you are bringing in is as good as you are or is not as
Mhm.
good as you are. It also
Thank
depends
you.
on you because you are being given the opportunity to choose from the best and to also
Mhm.
create or give in the best in each or bring out the best in anybody that you're bringing into the TBC community. So you see,
Sure.
that is very, very important in the aspect of cementing each and every member that comes into this very particular community. And that is why,
Wow.
who is your downline? Show me your downline and I will show you mine. That should be the kind of challenge that we should put in
Sure,
this very
sure.
particular
I like
community.
the
And it will go a very long way in enhancing our growth and cementing process. Because
Mhm.
if you say you have someone you have made use of your admin credit for, and this is your downline, then how well is it doing? Is it in line with our policy? No. Or yes.
Yep.
That depends on what effort you put in educating such a person. So you should bring in somebody who you will be proud to say, this is my downline. make a better
Wow.
reference of who your reference, or who your downline is, because your downline tells the other side of you behind the camera. That's what it is.
Mhm.
So I see to encouraging people out there that make a better referral, make a better downline, make a better build up of someone in which you're brought into the community to make his own contribution to our very massive and positive mission of ours. Thank you very much, Mr. Mofomani. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Teresa, for that saying or for that explanation that really boiled down to the simplest form of it, that your downline should be somebody you and for you, and that is what you should do with each and everyone that you enroll or that you bring on board or you plug in into the TBC committee. Because if we are sure that the system function alike the way you are putting it, everyone is going to bring in an active member. We don't want dormant division. The admin said it yesterday. The problem of TBC committee has always been the non-active members. The non-active members, they are not in alignment, and they at times do whatever they want to do because they don't know what is taking place at the present moment in the TBC committee. So make sure each and every one that you bring into the TBC committee should be somebody that can follow in reality of TBC and do exactly as admin spelled it out yesterday in the St. Martin meeting, that you should do everything possible to plug this person in and teach him or her how to do it. Responsibility is the most important thing that each TBCN need to stick on today. And from this stand, every person that is coming in a referrer that does not feel like the person that has brought you in is not teaching you, plug him to different trainers, plug him to new people that are active and are in alignment with the TBC blog and doing things the way we want the growth to be maintained. So based on those words, that is how we're going to close it today. And I'm appealing to each and every division to do everything possible to train the referrals that you have already and training the new coming, do everything possible to plug them to be at the same margin line with the information of TBC. So one last closing word. Let's close this live broadcast, Mr. Tereshwa.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Mofomani. And my last words for people out there listening and watching, both Tibetians and non-Tibetians alike, is that we should try to, as much as we can, impact the positivity, the vibes in which we have in us, to make our own referrals have the same mindset. Now, how can we do this? Is by showing them how committed and how serious we are on our mission. So if we show them all that, and we are able to put in our best in ensuring that they become that which we want them to become, that is what they are going to become. So we don't need to relent on our side of making efforts towards the building up of new referrals coming in, because we are like their builders. We are the one to determine how they should look like. So if you put in your best to some extent, you will likely have a negative result from any of this. Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay.
Mofuman.
Thank you very much. I will like this, show love and respect to everyone you're bringing to TBC. Be responsible towards them, and what they will do would definitely marvelous and be great to the whole committee. It is here that we end this live broadcast today, and we hope that each and every one of you listening or will make the review of this video is going to take into consideration what we have tried to discuss and make it what being for the betterment of the TBC committee. So it is on this slide that we hang up this edition of this live broadcast this morning. And TBC is your birthright. TBC is my birthright, and this is a community for you and for me. So let's make it great. Peace. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you. Peace. Wish you same.
Yeah.
Yeah.